Card? Are you sure?
How long have you been in Japan this time?
We've been in Japan for about 4 days, and we'll be here for another 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe nearly a week.
Yeah.
This is the first time for you guys to come to
Yes,
Japan?
first time.
What's the first impression of Japan? I'm just curious about it.
It's awesome. The food is amazing.
The food is so
Yeah.
good. 7-Eleven has blown our minds here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the States, it is not the same.
No. You can only get chips, and here you can get so many.
Everything.
Yeah, literally everything.
Not only food, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Many amenities stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a mini pharmacy. Too. It's really cool. They're also not open 24 hours all the time in the States.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Kind of dangerous opening 24/7, right?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Especially in like larger cities like Chicago or New York, it is crime is definitely more common, especially if it's like one person working alone.
Yeah.
You know.
That totally makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you guys try on the way? I mean, it's been about 4 days ever since you guys came to Japan, and you guys mentioned the food is amazing,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. She's
A lot
vegan,
of-
so we've had a
yeah.
lot of like
vegan, okay.
vegan style
Oh, okay.
Japanese food. So
Oh, yeah, that's interesting, yeah?
yeah, definitely.
The ramen has definitely been a standout.
Yeah.
We've had a few really good ramens.
Okay,
Yeah.
you mean you guys had vegan ramen? Something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that? Yeah, vegan, right? What about you?
I dabble in it. You know what I mean? Like,
I was trying to be vegan in the past, so
Sure.
I feel you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so hard.
it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult for you to find that kind of restaurant in Japan.
Not really. It's been
Not really?
surprisingly easy. Pretty much every place we've gone
really?
to has
For
found.
sure.
Yeah.
Would you mind my asking what made you think like, oh, I want to be vegan or I need to be vegan, something like that? Would you mind?
Yeah, well, I have a dairy and egg allergy, so I have never really been able to eat that. And then
Right.
I was vegetarian when
You were in the past?
yeah, before
Okay,
that.
Okay.
So then I was like, oh well, I guess I'm vegan by accident.
Okay. By accident.
Yeah.
By accident. Yeah. Did you guys kind of, how should I say, like encountered the culture shock or maybe something different from your country?
Yeah.
Biggest culture shock, let's say.
Cash is used so much more often
Oh.
here.
Yeah.
In America, it's like the opposite. Like if
Right.
you try and
Yeah.
pay in cash, people will be like,
Yeah.
what is this
You
paper
want me to
money? you're
count
giving me?"
coins?
They get mad at you.
Yeah.
Versus here, they're like, card? Are you sure?
Yeah, there are some reasons for that actually.
Yeah?
So, for example, Japan, our nation, is widely regarded as a country prone to disasters. So earthquakes, tsunami happens in Japan.
Yeah.
So having cash is essential in the case of an emergency, such as power outage.
Yeah.
Sometimes, electric devices are not working properly.
Yeah.
So
Right.
just in case, I recommend people having cash, carry on cash on the way.
Yeah.
That makes
So-
a lot of
That makes
sense,
sense,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you should be,
Yeah.
in Japan.
Yeah.
So maybe the cash is one of the biggest culture shock for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Japanese culture or maybe Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah?
think
Yeah.
so. I think one of the other things is people are just so polite
Right.
Yeah.
everywhere, like getting out of each other's way, staying to the left all the time.
Yeah.
That does not, like in the subways in America, chaos, I guess is the
Yeah.
best way to describe
Yeah.
it. I think there's a lot more sense of urgency, if that makes sense, especially in larger cities like Chicago and New
right.
York. It's like people have to be somewhere at a certain time, very consistent and on
Right.
time here all the time. So you're like, oh, I missed my train that was 3 minutes ago. There'll be another one in 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot more like, get out of my way. I have to go first.
That makes sense. Maybe
Yeah.
the public transportation is one of the most kind of the problem, right?
Yeah. And then even just like behavior, like walking down the street and stuff like that, you know? Exactly.
Well, no offense. I mean,
No, not
No,
taken.
it's- yeah.
I can tell that you guys like Japan. You guys love Japanese culture.
Yeah.
If you guys can bring one thing back to your country, back to the city where you guys are living currently, what would it be?
I think the politeness and like
Politeness.
respectability and just the effort to communicate with one another
Yeah.
despite like language barriers, which
Okay.
seems really interesting.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll be at a 7-Eleven and they'll just speak to me in Japanese and I'll be like I kind of get it. you know?
People can try to
Yeah.
express in any way possible, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Gesture.
Like you can
Yeah.
bridge a language barrier. I think if like both participants are willing, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. how long have you been in Japan?
We've been here 7 days.
7 days. And how many days left?
We're leaving today. This is our last stop.
Oh yeah, time flies, yeah.
It does, especially when you're having fun.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely. What's your highlight of this trip? Is this a trip for you, or maybe other reason for that?
This is actually a work-related trip for me. So I am a teacher at an international school in Dubai.
Oh.
So I'm here with 29 students from Dubai.
Wow, maybe behind us.
Yeah, you can hear them. You can hear them, yes.
Yeah.
For the majority of us, this was our first trip to Japan.
Okay,
So this has been more of like a cultural experience for us where we visited a few of the different temples. Of course, we had to go to Disneyland for one of those days, which they loved. And then also places like Osaka Castle and the marketplaces.
That's cool. I mean, our pleasure to have you guys this time.
Thank you.
I mean, arigato, arigato. That's good Japanese, yeah. You speak?
Not really.
Oh, not really. Okay, never mind. It's okay. You mentioned you came from Dubai. You are living in Dubai.
Living in Dubai.
For how long? Long time?
I've been there a few years now, just as a teacher at an international school. And so each year we take our students on international trips. This was the first year Japan was added as an option for them.
Oh, I see. So which country do you guys have in your options?
We have places like Kenya, Thailand, Philippines, Finland, Georgia, Austria. So it's a good mixture.
All over the world.
Yeah, all over.
Maybe that would be good for them to experience something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been about 7 days ever since you came to Japan. You guys came to Japan.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, let's say, the Dubai culture or maybe American culture and Japanese culture are totally different, right?
Yes.
What is the biggest culture shock you've ever encountered in Japan or they've ever encountered in Japan?
I think the biggest culture shock for them is realizing how loud they are everywhere we go. Yes.
Oh, okay.
We've been in a few situations, even riding the bullet train, where we had to make sure like their volume was low. And even for them, what they think is low is not low enough. Okay. We had another experience at a Japanese restaurant where one of the other customers stood up and told us to be quiet because we were a bit too loud. So I don't think the students realize that necessarily, but I think for them that's a bit of a culture shock compared to where they're coming from in Dubai.
Right. That's totally understandable. I mean, in Japan, let's say in train, no one is calling.
Right.
Being loud in a public space.
Right. Exactly.
So that was a culture shock for them.
Yes.
For your students.
Yes.
What about you?
For me, I think a bit of the language. Just not recognizing English in most places was difficult for me. So coming here and trying to interact with some of the people is a little more challenging. But this is why we've tried to pick up like some basic phrases just to show appreciation for the culture here.
Well, that's nice. That's sweet. So what did you pick it up on the way?
Arigato.
Arigato, definitely.
Ohio.
The city where you are from, Ohio, right?
The state where I'm from.
The pronunciation is pretty similar,
very
right?
similar.
Ohio and Ohio.
Yeah.
You can be surviving in Japan,
I think
with
I
these
could.
kind of words.
If I had a few more days, a couple more weeks, I would be okay.
Definitely, you should be coming back to Japan next time.
Oh yes, for sure, for sure.
Thank you for answering my questions. And this is my last question. Do you like Japan, by the way?
I do.
You do?
It's beautiful.
Okay, cool. If you can bring one thing back to your country or maybe back to Dubai, what would it be? Anything is fine.
Gosh, can I just like bring Mount Fuji back? Like Mount Fuji was gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
Did you guys go there?
Yes, we did.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys go to the top?
We did not go to the top, but we were at a vantage point where we could just see the mountain. We experienced snow. So it was gorgeous. A lot of the students, it was their first time experiencing snow, so they were pretty excited.
Mount Fuji, might be potentially, yeah.
Yes, if I could, that's what I would say.
If you could, yeah. Beer country, am I right?
Yeah, beer country, yes, of course.
Do you guys like drinking?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We haven't drank a lot in Japan until now, but...
Until now, okay. Are you guys students or maybe already graduated from university or high school?
Yeah, I just started university.
Starting this year.
Would you mind asking how old you guys are?
20.
Oh, jeez, 20.
Yes.
Very young.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you guys guess my age by just my looking?
Yes, 27.
I would say maybe 30.
Good guess.
Good guess.
27.
Ooh, let's go.
27. Wow. I mean, guessing age, Asian people's age is really difficult for you guys, right?
Yeah, it's the other way around as well.
Yeah. Maybe in Japan you guys look like maybe mid-20.
No, mid-20.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean,
that's
they're
good.
giving compliment, yeah.
No, thank you.
Look mature, yeah. How long have you been in Japan this time?
Almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
now.
So you guys came to Japan at the same timing?
Actually, my girlfriend and me,
Yeah.
we came from Germany,
Okay.
and he was in Vietnam before.
Oh, okay.
And so we met up in Tokyo.
Okay.
And
So your background is from Vietnam?
Yes, my family is from Vietnam.
Okay, cool. How long are you gonna stay in Japan in total?
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
I could have never imagined being here at like
Oh,
20
yeah?
years old. Yeah, this is our first time in Japan.
So kind of made your dream come true.
Yeah,
Ah.
it's definitely true. The one thing I liked the most was, was that people were so nice.
People,
Everybody
yeah.
was so incredibly nice.
Yeah.
In Germany, it's like everybody's just like kind of rude. Here, everybody says thank you like 10 times and
Right.
bows and everything. It's so crazy.
Kind of automatically.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that by how you guys talk. I mean, you guys are pretty nice.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
mostly older people that are kind of.
Okay.
It's I don't know. It's not that bad, but it's really different from here. So
Pros and cons, right?
yeah, of course.
If you can bring one thing back to your country, what would it be?
Probably the food.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah, just food.
Technically, what food?
The fresh sushi. We went to get omakase
Oh,
in Tokyo.
omakase.
It was the best food.
Yeah, it was the best sushi I've ever had, and
Yes.
I'm gonna miss it in Germany.
Oh,
so,
yeah. It was pretty expensive, right? The
Yeah, it
omakase
was-
style.
But it was totally worth it.
Yeah, it was totally worth it.
Okay. Worth the pay.
Yeah.
This is an interesting question also. From Germany, from your country to Japan, what kind of things would you guys bring that thing from your country to Japan?
Probably the beer.
Why not?
Japanese beer isn't that great, to
What?
be honest.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but German beer is just better.
You guys still 20, right?
Yeah. If you're with your parents,
Yeah.
you can drink if you're 14.
Is it legal?
Yes. In a restaurant or something.
When did you guys start drinking?
I think we're 14.
Yeah, 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it common thing? Normal thing?
Yes.
Very normal.
They are mature, yeah? Mature than the actual age, yeah. Excuse me, do you guys need any help? I mean, oh yeah, sure.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
no worries, yeah. Landscape, full body. Both, okay. Okay, 3, 2, 1. One more shot. 3, 2, 1. Okay, hold on. Smile. 3, 2, 1. Okay, you can check, yeah.
Arigato.
Arigato. Actually, I'm a YouTuber. Oh, really? I do this kind of street interview with people from abroad. So I'm just wondering if you have a few questions and the filming. Don't take a long time.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Where are you guys from?
Perth, Australia.
Perth, Australia.
Yes.
Nice Aussie accent, yeah.
Yes.
Which I love. Yeah. How long have you been in Japan this time?
We've been here for a week, so we're staying 6 nights in Osaka.
6 nights in Osaka.
And then we're going to Tokyo for 8 nights.
It's gonna be
Around 3 weeks we're
around
going to be
3
here.
weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of decent amount of time to enjoy Japanese culture and stuff.
Yeah.
This is the first time for you guys to come to Japan.
Yes, yeah, it is.
Yeah. What's the first impression of Japan?
It's just
Love it.
amazing, yeah.
Love it?
The
Yeah.
culture here is incredible and the people are
crazy.
really lovely as well.
People lovely, yeah. But Aussie people lovely. I mean, they're laid back, they're
Very chill. Yeah.
very chill. And I can tell the good vibes and stuff from you guys.
Oh,
so,
thank you.
yeah. Would you mind asking if you guys in a relationship or not?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes,
Cool,
yes.
cool, cool.
Nearly 2 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
long term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first holiday together.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so yeah, should be special.
Yeah.
Yes.
And really, like, we have never heard a bad thing about Japan.
Yeah.
Really.
Everyone was telling us to
everything-
come here.
Everyone that has been here from home has only said good things.
Good to know that. I mean, all good things about Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My pleasure to hear that. But you know, that each country has good and bad stuff, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
Japan is not exception. Did you guys have any kind of surprising thing, the culture shock, the things surprise you?
I think the only culture shock is you're very high tech over here.
High tech.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very organised.
Very
as well.
organised.
Like your train line systems and
Yeah.
buses and stuff, they're so much
Like,
more advanced
particularly
than
from
us.
where we're from in Perth, there's only 4 trains in all of Perth.
Only
That's
4
it.
trains.
Yeah.
You mean 4 lines or 4 trains?
Just 4 lines. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So
There's a lot of buses, but the trains is
so
like...
even your transport's just very organised in
Yeah.
comparison to where we're from. Yeah.
Right. I just want to know about your city, the Perth. If I go to your city, what would you guys recommend? Anything is fine.
beaches.
Beaches.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah, beaches,
I would say
yeah.
Perth is all about nature.
Nature.
Yeah.
The temperature difference that we've come from.
We've
like
just come
last
from,
week. We've just
yeah,
come from
42
like 42
degree heat.
42.
Yeah. So that was a pretty big shock.
Sounds kind of different planet.
Yeah,
We
so
had
in
like a full
Huckabutt
week.
was -4. And
Huge gap.
yeah, and at home it was 42 degrees. We were just going
It's
through
like 40
a heat
for a
wave.
whole week.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to go back home?
No, I'm actually liking the cold.
Physically, you have to be ready, right?
Yeah. So I'd say that's also a big shock is the temperature change.
Yeah.
Because
Temperature.
even in our winters, the coldest it gets during the day is maybe 17 or 15.
Right.
So yeah.
So that's considered cold for us.
Yeah. So we're putting on a lot more layers here.
Oh, how many layers do you guys?
I think I've got 3
3
on.
layers.
2 t-shirts and a
2
jacket.
t-shirts. Yeah, that should be enough. Yeah.
In Hakuba, I was like 2 jumpers, jacket,
Yeah.
North Face jacket. It was freezing.
Oh, was that enough for you?
Yeah, yeah.
You guys mentioned you guys like Japan, the Japanese culture, and many things here. So if you can bring one thing back to your country, what would it be? Anything is fine. It would be kind of difficult question for you guys because
Yeah.
it's been about only a week.
Yeah.
Ever since
Yeah.
you guys came to Japan, so kind of difficult one.
I have really thought is awesome
Awesome, yeah.
is all your vending machines.
Oh, vending
We
machine.
do not have our vending machines like
Like you have hot and cold drinks
you
in the
have a
one
hot
vending
coffee
machine.
in a vending machine.
Because
Yeah.
of the temperature, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think for me it's just how respectful
Yeah.
you guys are. Like you line up everywhere, just very respectful and
Right.
organised. Yeah, it'd be awesome to have the transport that you have here back at home. It'd be awesome to have that.
We have the trains every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
はい、ということで今回の振り返りをやっていきたいなと思います。今回のテーマに関しては、僕が個人的にずっとその海外から、来た方に聞いてみたかったテーマでもあって、持って帰りたいものってやっぱりその自分が好きなものだったりとか、これあって本当に助かったな、良かったなって心の底から思ってることだと思うので、こういう活動を続けていく中で自分自身も色々と勉強になった回だったんじゃないかなと振り返って思ってます。まさかの富士山っていうのは、予想してなかったんですけど、またこういう質問聞いてほしいとか、こういうトピックでやってほしいっていうリクエストがあれば、ぜひぜひコメントにて教えていただけるとすごく嬉しいです。今回の英語フレーズは If that makes sense。If that makes sense。このフレーズの意味としては、言ってることわかるとか、今の理解できたみたいなニュアンスで使うことができます。日本語でもよく、言ってることわかるって聞くと思うんですけど、それと同じニュアンスで使うことができます。今回の動画でもアメリカ人の男性が言っていたフレーズになるので、実際の文章を見ていきたいなと思うんですけど、I think there's a lot more sense of urgency.If that makes sense。このシーンではアメリカの交通機関の話をしていたんですけど There's a lot more a sense of urgency。アメリカではもっと緊急性があるんだよね。もっと緊急なんだよねみたいな言い方をしてたんですけど、この文章の最後に If that makes sense。この言っている意味わかるかなみたいな、ちょっと伝え方も抽象的であったりとか、ちょっとぼやっと、していた部分もあったので、この男性は If that makes sense で、最後に付け加えることで僕の言っている意味わかるかなっていう感じで使ってました。自分が使うシーンとしては、自分これ何言ってるのかよくわからないなっていう、ちょっとなんか説明が曖昧だった時とか、はっきり、伝えきれてない時
時に if that makes sense を最後に付け加えてあげると、文章としての、まとまりも出るので、すごく僕の中では重宝している英語フレーズになってます。なので皆さんもぜひぜひ使ってみてください。このチャンネルでは日本にいる外国人への街頭インタビューと、その後の密着取材、密着動画っていうのをテーマにした、コンテンツを発信しています。もちろん美味しい日本食を食べに行くっていうのもそうなんですけど、基本的にこの動画の楽しみ方としては、相手との会話を通して、いろんな価値観とか考えを学びつつ、日英字幕もつけてるので、合わせて英語学習もできるっていう2点になってます。なので、これから英語の勉強したいなとか、海外の文化、いろんな価値観を知ってみたいなっていう方は、ぜひぜひチャンネル登録のよろしくお願いします。Thanks for watching. Bye.